What's good? Are we live? Yeah, we're live. What is good, everybody? Welcome to episode 4 of the Moon or Dust Show.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Damn, I didn't see this this little counter. It shows you like how many people are watching for like all the different channels. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
We have a lot of stuff to go over. It's been a busy week, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to keep it within the 1 hour mark, considering
Oh
all
yeah,
the
I think you're also in charge of if you want to get the comments to pop up, you have to click each one like individually.
mm, mm, that's
A lot of
me.
responsibility, sir.
Fuck. I don't know. I don't like this actually.
Well, no choice, but it'll be good because you could do that, and then I'll pull all the stuff up on screen, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So, uh what's up? How are you feeling today? I know you were
Uh,
sick. You were sick for like the
I
past
still
couple
am.
days
I
with
had
COVID.
the old vid. Um, Unpleasant, especially as a founder, dude. Like I spoke about this with somebody on a call project I was talking to, where they're like, it's not just when you're an employee or you're going to school where you're like, oh, I'm taking today out or this week off. You guys deal with it. It's like, no, there's a bunch of people who depend on you. There's a bunch of people, writing to you. The DMs stack up and everything. So you got to just deal with. Oh, we're gonna get all your Twitch comments. That's
Yep.
funny.
Yep. Because I got the Twitch going. But yeah, I mean it's how it is, especially when you are your own boss. It's like even if you're sick, you have to keep working and keep doing your thing. But I am glad that you are feeling a little bit better. We definitely have a lot of people that are saying, hey, I'm not gonna show all of them, but I guess I need to decide how I want to do this. Let's he says let's go. Build in the 80s, GM, Vigilantes GM, Rally, Moon or Dust. Ready for the FUD? All right, let's go. Yeah. So we know that there's been a lot. There's been a lot of stuff that went on this week. There were a lot of projects that minted. There was a ton of FUD. There's a lot of FUD with multiple different projects. Obviously, I think a lot of people saw that Andrew Tate was talking about dropping a coin. So we just have a lot of stuff. So if there's anything that anybody has any questions about or would like to ask in the comments, just feel free, and then we'll pull it up depending if it's relevant or not. But yeah, let's just kick it off.
Yeah, I mean, let's just overall, how do you feel about the market? Are you bullish? Are you bearish? Are you worried?
Hmm. Well, that is definitely a loaded question. So I think a lot of people are noticing that when it comes to NFTs, like we've slowed down quite a bit. It was like in October, November, December, you could hold things and everybody was speculating on tokens and gaming stuff and whatnot. And obviously, there's been people that they haven't just been happy with the way that things turned out. So this is what I'll say is that I feel like we're in a very mint and flip market, and holding stuff is a little bit more sketch than it was before. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were in a mint and flip. Now it might even be don't mint. I think a lot of the secondary buyers. I think we got oversaturated with how many free gaming mints were coming out. You got to pull the comments off. By the way, I still
But
see the ready for the phone. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people don't even want to buy stuff. I'm reading that. Yeah, so many NFTs are coming out now. They're dropping. Who's the buyer? We don't even know what it is. People are just getting whitelist. They're just like, nice free gaming whitelist with token. They have no idea what it is, and there's a lot less buyers. But obviously, there's still some that are doing well. We're going to go through each one of those. But I do feel the market has become oversaturated. Everything moves in waves. We had the crazy highs. We're going to have the crazy lows, and we're going to have the in between. So hopefully we're not going towards any crazy lows. For crypto, dude, I want a nice crash in crypto. That's what I want. I want to see Bitcoin go down to 32K or something, a nice buying opportunity. That's what I'm waiting for. But NFTs, obviously, we don't want to see them go down. But we're going to take a look at all that. Let's start with the mints of the week. Let me pull up my screen here. Share screen, window, bada boom. Then you have to bring it on stage, I think.
Yep.
There you go. Boom. So we had Kibby, which was one of the free mints in the recent past. Some of them haven't been doing good and really not hitting expectations. I think, for example, Play Ember, which did incredibly well for a free mint, but a lot of people expected it to do like up to 1 ETH. It didn't. It opened up like 0.6. It went down to 0.3. I'm pretty sure it's sitting there right now. Kibby did really well, dude. Same thing. It opened around 0.6, went down to 0.4. Then there was a pump. They went up to like 0.7 after the AMA. They had an AMA yesterday where they did drop some info. I wrote it down like a TLDR, which they dropped, which is they're going to be tracking holders, I guess, kind of like block games did, where they're tracking how long you've been holding. So they're going to look at things like the quantity that you hold in your wallet, the time that you hold them, and your listing behavior. You know, if you floored some, maybe you unlisted, stuff like that. Or if they're listed just above the floor, I guess you'll get less points. Or maybe I don't know how the point system is going to work, but they will have their Kibby, which the ticker is QBX for their token. They are going to have an airdrop. They said it's going to be, they said TGE and stuff March, so I'm guessing the airdrop is in March. Don't quote me on that, but they're going to release more information on the token in March. So still a month plus away. Maybe that's why some people dumped, or it's just like manipulation. We're seeing a lot of manipulation on floors for projects, so we're going to look at that too for some later. But yeah, it went down to 0.33. You know, I minted this. I'm still holding this. I think it could do well. They have partnerships with Binance, Coinbase. They're going to be announcing partnerships, I believe, as early as next week. On Monday, they have an announcement. I'm still holding mine. It was a free mint, right? There's zero risk for me to hold it. If it goes to zero, I didn't lose any money other than the money that I could pull out now. But I do think with their partnerships, it could be listed on Binance. It could be listed on Coinbase. Nothing is guaranteed. But yeah, I'm pretty bullish. So I'm holding on to this one. How about you?
Well, you heard what happened. You may not have, I guess, but did you hear what happened with the Blur farmer on this
No,
project?
no.
So there was a guy who had 120 ETH worth of bids out, and he fell asleep, and they all got accepted, and that's why it like super nuked last night, because there was a
Okay,
guy
good.
that ended up with like 100 of them because he had bids open and fell asleep, I guess, which is a weird thing, but that's like that's the story that went around. And then last night he just dumped a ton of them, and then their Discord got hacked last night as well. So yesterday was just like an overall weird day because they did an AMA and then people sold off of that, and then some dude ended up like getting cooked because he had open bids, and then their Discord got hacked. So there were a couple things that happened there. And if you look on like the page, like you can see that there's some dude that still has 30, and so he's definitely almost out. I think a lot of people were looking to buy at like 0.35 but were scared. But yeah, that's kind of like the situation that was happening with that.
That's unfortunate, dude. You have to use, there's tools you can use. Like I've used Compass in the past, where you literally automate your bid. So it was bidding for me, and then if the floor was going down and my bids were too close to being accepted, it auto cancels your bids. It put new, like there's tools that you can use. If somebody dumps 150 in one shot, yeah, you're going to get wrecked. But if it's just normal trading and the floor is moving within a reasonable amount of time, it does this stuff for you. So it avoids getting wrecked. So if you're going to have hundreds of bids out there, like a crazy amount of ETH, you definitely need to be using a tool and not just manually doing it where you go to sleep and get absolutely obliterated because you're making blur points, but I don't think it's going to make up for that. But yeah, overall, dude, I'm still holding mine. It's unfortunate that happened to the floor, but if you're bullish on it, it was a gift, right? It's a great buying opportunity for you.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean that situation obviously was unfortunate for the project because like it just got the guy was very relentless about absolutely nuking the floor on it. But yeah, I mean it's already back to whatever 0.41, so it's looking good. But look, I still think that this was a successful mint, and obviously like it went free to like 0.6 or 0.7 at one point. So yeah.
Yeah, next we had another mint. We had Rosentica, which it didn't do anything crazy. It had a pump. It's back down. These were 0.06 to mint. Now they're at 0.08. They went up. It was a 2x, a nice little 2x if anybody flipped it. I'm still holding my mints. I'll see what happens. I don't know why some projects lately, dude, I'm just holding to reveal. I'm still holding my tin fund. I've psyoped myself into thinking I got a 1 of 1 and I'm too scared to flip it now. And I missed out on an extra 0.4 ETH. But yeah, I don't know why I'm doing that with projects lately. But a nice little 2x for anybody who had this one.
You're
It was
so
a
funny,
6K,
dude.
yeah, 6K supply. So not too hard if you had whitelist to hit, but a nice little one. You know, you can't always expect things to be 50x.
Yeah, I think people expected a little bit more from this. One thing I will say is that this project was around for a while, and I think they waited and they saw what was it, Zokio? I think they
Hmm.
saw Zokio mint, and then I think they saw like the Skyark stuff, and then they were just like, okay, mint tomorrow, and then they just tried to capitalize on the timing, which it worked. Like they sold out, and it was still, I mean, like you said, it was profitable, but I definitely know that there were some people that were a little let down. I mean, I don't know why. Like I think it's still fine. But anyway.
Yeah. Here, let me pull up. This is why I need control of this. I prefer having control of the screen because I know when to hide, so it just looks cleaner.
Oh,
Yeah. Let me pull it up here. We got a few things. So the next project we're going to talk about is obviously um, Skyark. Skyark, what a roller coaster
oh
Skyark
yeah,
has
dude.
been. So a lot of fun around this. First of all, I just want to address this. They good on them. They amended it, but like I don't know why I tweeted about this. I don't know why projects think this is okay. Like, hey, if you don't claim your money within 60 days, instead of us spending $1 to send it back to you, we're just going to keep $1,300 from you. And they have, keep in mind, they have $115 million that is staked, or that not staked, that is locked up in their raffle. There's bound to be somebody who's going to forget, right? There's going to be a few people who forget. I don't know why. It's like it's not the first project who did this. Jeremy actually from Overworld DM'd me to say it's like a legal thing. Like they're not like allowed to hold funds indefinitely, but the natural thing to do, which is what they're doing now, is just refunding everybody, automatically refunding everybody. So at least they're doing that. That just bothered me. But the real FUD around this project was this whole Binance situation where Binance comes out. I found the timing very weird, first of all, as if Binance didn't know for like what 4 months of marketing that their name was being used for this project. Then they launch their mint. They make, what is it, like $14 million or $12 million, and they lock up $115 million into their raffle. Only after that happens, Binance is like, oh, hey, we just noticed this. And then they come and say, by the way, like they're kind of, we did invest in them. They did invest in them. They didn't lie about that, but just they're making it sound like it was more recent when it was in 2021. I just found this overall weird. Binance like fudding their own bags and fudding our bags. That was just not cool. But I was still
It's just
bullish.
not cool.
I
That's
was still
funny.
bullish. I do think this could have still done well if they didn't wait 24 hours. That, to me, that was the dumbest play they could have done. Airdropping NFTs to people and then waiting 24 hours while everybody is listing. Everyone is listing. Let me pull it up on Blur because I just prefer. What are they called? The Tengion?
Yeah, Tengion. No,
Tengion.
I agree with what you're saying. Like I think overall it really came down to the listing thing. If they had just opened trading immediately and not allowed these to be listed, I think it would be completely different. But they didn't. And I've seen a lot of people that have gotten really mad about this too, because they're like, oh, the project, like they screwed everyone over. And to me, I'm just like, well, they don't really like, what difference does it make? They made the money that they wanted to make. Like, I, I don't know who the founder of this project is. Like, they haven't said anything publicly, like on Twitter or anything. So, for what it's worth to me, like the way that I view it is like they had a goal to raise a ton of money and they did. And unfortunately, like A lot of people got cooked. I sold this
Yeah,
for a loss. I took a loss on this.
They raised like the same amount of money that they raised through Binance, basically here. They do have 3 games, and the games look decent. Like the games look decent. I still think I saw a lot of people sweeping these and buying these and like publicly posting like, "Hey, I'm gambling on you guys. Like I'm down," which is fine. I was lucky enough to have a spell book, which the spell books are selling for more. They're selling for, I know Dingling was sweeping those up to 1.4 ETH. So if you had those, that's like a 9x right there. Right now, at last I saw them, they were down to 1 ETH. But yeah, the average person who bid, and dude, I don't get it. I know a lot of people who had like 5 to 7 of their bids approved, where I had 0 of mine approved. And I use like wallets with histories that hold assets and everything. I don't know what the criteria was, if it was actually random, but a lot of people got wrecked, and they just, yeah, if they didn't get out, that 24-hour thing really hurt them though, because when it opened up, it was at 1 ETH. Like listings weren't going crazy, and then they make you wait 24 hours. People are like, "Oh, there's no volume." They panic. They undercut all the way down to 0.65.
Yeah, the spellbook thing also didn't make sense to me because I thought that was just like a roll. Like I thought it was like spellbook. Like I didn't know that was going to be a completely different NFT. So it's like it's a different NFT that minted at a cheaper price, and it has different perks. And it's like, and it's within the same collection. So that to me surprised me because I was like, what, like that? I don't know. I didn't love that because I feel like it wasn't explicitly stated that it was going to be like a different NFT within the same collection.
Yeah, am I unmuted? Yeah. There was no trade for the longest time. Now they have a trade at least. Wait, is it 8K? I thought it was 6K supply. Anyways, yeah, no, it is kind of weird, but yeah, they kind of just hand shows people, I guess. So that is weird. But yeah, overall, just a quite an unpleasant situation, how they've handled everything. I mean, a lot of things about this project for a long time have been unpleasant. The collabs were tough. The website for their quiz just was not working at all. It was like one of the worst websites, dude. It wouldn't load. Everything was bugged. So it's been a very rough road. And like you said, dude, they made the money. So what do they care at this point? But I still think these can do fine. Like they have a token coming. There's a chance that the token is listed on Binance. Maybe now Binance is mad at them, but they did raise 15 mil. Like they did, and they did have 115 million in their raffle. Like that's super bullish, even though nobody's buying now. Or people are buying, but the listings are just too heavy, dude. I was watching this. What is that, 0.65? And I even said, dude, there's too many listings coming in. They were at like 900. There was massive sweeps happening. People were buying 20 of these at a time, and the listings just kept going up and up and up, above 1,000. Now we're down a little bit, but I think the flippers or not everybody's a flipper. I think a lot of the people who are worried about these are getting out. There's going to be people who are buying who have conviction, and I do see it possible that the floor goes up from here, especially when they have their token. I have no idea when the token is coming out, but I do think these can do fine. So I'm not panicking. I'm not worried. I might even grab some.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think that they could have done differently to avoid this? Is it just turning on the trading immediately? Or do you think that's like the only thing? Or do you think that there could have been something else that they could have done? Like in your opinion, what would you have done differently here?
Well, I think the Binance FUD really didn't help them. Like that really wasn't good. Let's pretend that didn't happen. I did see these over 1 ETH. And if they, not doing that 24-hour thing, like they should have done like Overworld. Like Overworld made sure they airdropped everything within 15 minutes. And then they said, okay, trading is opening up in 10 minutes. They publicly said trading is not available and it's going to open up at this time. Here, it was kind of this gray zone. And then they eventually tweeted like, hey, it's going to open up at this time. Also the time zone, dude. I hate when people put like GMT +8 or whatever. It's so hard to convert that. Like put multiple time zones or something to really show people when it is. But yeah, overall, the 24 hours just kills it. You can't have something that is listable and not tradable for 24 hours. People are just going to panic. Like people are dumb, dude. Nobody goes to read. They just think, why is there no volume? I need to get out. They're trying to accept bids. It's not working and they're panicking. Like people are dumb. Yeah. They don't want to do research.
Dude, that last part is actually really funny because it's true. But yeah, I think I agree with you on that too. And it's sad because they raised so much money, and I think that a lot of people were expecting like a mega cook. and instead it obviously is not, it's not doing well at the current moment. But Dingaling is an advisor, and obviously he's been very publicly vocal about different things, which is what we're going to get into next. But I hope that overall, like, their team has some sort of plan, announcements, info that they can give out to help with the market for that a little bit. But yeah, and I mean, yeah, speaking of Dingaling, he did something the other day that he hadn't done really ever, which was dump a lot of AOF verse. So there was the AOF verse flood. I know a lot of people heard about that. And the too long didn't read on AOF. I can show, let me show you your screen. Yeah. So essentially, people were not happy about the supposed airdrop that AOF Verse was going to get. And we talked about this a lot leading up until the mint, after mint, speculating on this, because AOF Verse was part of like I would call it like the big five or so of these projects. You have like your Block Games, Grapes, Mataria, and Skyborn Gems. Like, this project was kind of up there as well. And so I think a lot of people were expecting that there was going to be a big airdrop. And what ended up happening is, like, the details were dropped that like holders got like 0% on TGE, and the tokenomics were just really not good. And one thing that I will say is that Block Games did actually announce their tokenomics, and a lot of people are really happy with it. And it's funny because I feel like what AOF Verse did was almost give Block Games like a little bit of a heads up, right? And like it gave them like leading time to put something together. And I think that what happened with AOF Verse actually ended up helping Block Games a little bit. But yeah, so AOF Verse, from your perspective and all that, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you said, dude. They completely dropped the ball. I think they lied to it, or I don't want. Yeah, they pretty much lied, because in their AMAs and stuff, they did talk about the $1 million. I was told it's going to be $1 million. They really avoided what FDV that's going to be, but they should have said, "Oh, it's just going to be $1 million at the market price." That really pissed a lot of people off. Then they came out and changed it and said, "Okay, we're going to do 10x that. It's going to be 1% of the supply, but there's going to be the vesting period." People were still pissed. Dingaling dumped his. He took a 60 ETH loss. Then one of the weirdest tweets I've ever seen. I was going to reply to this. I didn't even bother. I just deleted my tweet. I'm like, whatever. I don't even care. Everybody else is already replying to them and going in on them. But they come out and they say, like, dear Web 2 people, this is what happened with these filthy Web 3 people. And they're talking about how well their stuff did. Like, who wrote this? Our floor reached over 2 ETH, and the highest trade was 10 ETH. Like,
Did that even happen?
no, the floor reached
It's like
what
point
was
0.8.
yeah, 0.8.
The
This is
rare
my
ones.
reply to them was your floor reached 0.8. Like, everything's on chain, dude. Prove it. I was gonna say, like, prove it. Everything's on chain. Highest last sale 3 ETH. Unless it
Yeah.
happened on some weird exchange, I don't know. The highest sale was 3 ETH, not 10 ETH, and the floor never reached 2 ETH. Like, you could see if we go to activity. Oh, this is going to show the average. Let's go to analytics.
Well, the legendaries did go to like 2 ETH, but the floor didn't.
Sure. No, exactly. But the floor did not. Like, if you look here, there's no sales at 2. The highest sales were at 1 ETH. Obviously, it's not going to show the outliers, but yeah, the floor, you could just see it. It is around 0.8, and then it's just down from there. So this was a complete lie. This was just weird. And I wasn't shocked based on everything they had already done. But now they come in and they fix it, apparently, where you're going to get 4% of the total supply. We're honoring our ratios fine, and 10% unlock at TGE, a 3-month cliff, and then you're going to get 5% per month. The floor did pump. It did go up. It did go up here all the way to 0.4. Damn, I should have listed. But now it's back down. Back down to where we were before the announcement. So I wonder if they're just like, man, we can't win. We give them what they want, or a part of what they want, and it's back down. Maybe people are complaining less, and that's going to be the easy things for them. But I see some comments here. I see we're going to get to Quantum Cats in a little bit. It's on our list. What's up, Hustlepedia? Johnny in the audience from In the Game. What's good, buddy? I see Saf. Good to see you, bro. I appreciate you being here.
Dude, I didn't see Hustlepedia's message. Where is this?
In the Game is the YouTube account. Yeah. So, dude, I mean, I'm still holding two of the. I'm holding for free. So at this point, I wasn't gonna dump at like 0.1, dude.
You're holding a
If
lot of
anything,
NFTs, man.
dude, I'm holding way too much. And I feel like the market is not doing the best right now overall, but I'm cool with it. I'll just hold.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was a very unfortunate situation, but I think a lot of that just had to do with communication. Not sure what the team was doing there. I don't know if they were trying to raise like another round, or if like they were just trying to make sure that like the terms of the token were more favorable for VCs or whatever. But yeah, I think that AOF definitely did not help the Web3 gaming NFT meta that we're currently in at all.
Yeah.
And I think that's like one of the big issues is just that like, yeah, we definitely did. We took a hit because of that. And I think people are a lot less willing to speculate on gaming NFTs because of it.
Yeah, I mean, some projects still holding up. We got Cart Party, which is going to have their mint. I believe their Gen 2 is happening in February. Pixelmon, which we're going to talk about a bit, is holding well. Overworld did take quite the dip with their delay, down to 1.35. But yeah, a lot of these gaming projects I think it's just natural dips in the market as well. But yeah, it's definitely not helping the whole token airdrop meta. Wow, our shrapnels are down to 0.2. I'm almost back to my entry price. There's actually a game test tonight, right?
Yes. Tonight,
Yeah.
you and I and a couple other people will be play testing Shrapnel, so that will be fun.
Are we allowed to stream?
I don't think we're allowed to stream.
Rip. If
Yeah,
we can,
so
I'll
I
be
don't know.
streaming. I'm sure you'll be streaming as well. NFTs going to zero. No, NFTs aren't going to zero, sir. Somebody asked above, what are your thoughts on buying a Bored Ape? I mean, dude, I've wanted one for a while. Oh, this floor one is actually really nice. I've wanted one for a while with an orange background. I don't like that he's smoking though. Don't smoke. With an orange background, dude. I've wanted one for a while. It really it's a lot of money, dude. I can't answer for you if you should buy one. If you believe in Bored Apes and in Yuga, okay. I'm not a fan of attaching it to a game. I don't think Otherworld is going to help these at all. They need to go back to their roots, which
Otherworld.
is other side, whatever, other side. I'm not a fan of attaching themselves to a game. Yeah, I think they need to go back to their roots of the whole club and being like the Rolex or the Ferrari and people flexing and that whole culture of things. That's what they need to do. But dude, I'd still buy one. Like, I get it. I mean, you got to ask yourself, what could you buy instead? You could buy a Pudgy and something else instead of buying a Bored Ape. It also depends what your motive is with it. If you're going to flip, this is how I always look at it. If I'm just here to flip, which I want an ape, I want it as my PFP, but at the end of the day, I'm going to flip it. My money is probably better put in some of these altcoins. Where this I expect to get a 2x, altcoins I expect to get a 3, 4, 5x out of it. So that's kind of how I look at this stuff. You're locking in, 25 ETH versus you can allocate 5 ETH to 5 different altcoins. That's
okay.
how I look at it.
Why would Bored Apes go to 50 ETH or even 40 ETH? Like what has to happen?
Why would anything go up?
Yeah. I know, but I'm saying like they've already done everything. Like what would have to happen for Bored Apes to go up? Like let me ask
just the NFT market, the NFT market as a whole, where everything's going to go up.
But don't you think the sentiment is better with Pudgy Penguins? Like, don't you think that you have a better chance of a 2x from a Pudgy than a Bored Ape? Because I do.
Yeah, but it's also wanting an ape. It's that's why I said it's personal. I just want an ape.
I know, no. You're like, dude, I just want it, bro. Like, stop.
No. If I had to buy one pure for the trade without peeling out a PFP, especially for the entry price, I'd buy a Pudgy, or I'd buy neither. I'd buy altcoins personally.
Yeah, buy Cetify.
Buy some S Fund. Yeah.
Yeah, buy some. No, literally though. No, I hear you. I look. I would not buy an ape. I know what you're saying though. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like nostalgic because we remember it was like they were 100 ETH. Like they were very
150. Yeah.
yeah, they were tough to touch. And when you had it, like it was insane. But it's just like they just don't have the same power that they used to.
Yeah. But they still do have power, and I think that power can return. Like, dude, I want one, but to answer the guy's question, look, I haven't bought one for a very long time, and I've been shopping them. I always go and filter and look and post them on my server, like, oh, nice apes on the floor, but I haven't bought one, and it's just partially what you said. Why would they go up? Like, what's the next catalyst that would go make them go up? The only catalysts that they have coming up are around their game, and that's not going to do anything for the Bored Apes. Nobody's
Yeah.
buying a $70,000 asset to go walk around in a game. Curious to know why we're always talking about Bored Ape Yacht Club. If we believe in ETH and NFTs, shouldn't CryptoPunks be the most obvious play? Definitely, but they're like, I don't want to go spend 50, what are they at? 50 or 60 ETH, 70 ETH. I mean, they're
Yeah.
trading for less than that. I don't want to go spend 60 ETH on an NFT.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to like the star power that Bored Apes used to have because if you remember, like there was a point when Apes had Tom Brady and Steph Curry and like all of those like celebrities that were getting like there was the thing where what it was Jimmy Kimmel and like Paris Hilton were literally like on their like that show and they were talking about NFTs and it's just like at a certain point it felt like if you owned an ape that you were like a part of like an exclusive like celebrity group whereas like CryptoPunks don't really have that like star power, I guess you could say. Like no, you're totally right. Like if you're talking about ETH and NFTs and being bullish then like yes, like but like it's like it it's not like a club, right? Like which is what Bored Apes was always like marketed as. Like obviously it was that whole thing. And so look, if it were me, if you had to ask me like which would I rather have, like one punk or two apes, I would pick one punk, right? Like that would be my choice because I think that if the market goes up, I think Bored Apes will go up, but I think that punks will go up way hard, like way harder. And if the market goes up and something happens with the other side and it's like not ready, or there's like too many variables within apes that could halt the floor going up. Whereas like if like ETH moons, like punks are mooning. Like it's just happening. Like if the market comes back, like punks are mooning for sure.
Yeah, punks are they never did anything, which is good. It's an art play, it's a collectible play, however you want to put it. And the owners of these things have a certain way of thinking. Where when the whole market was tanking, like punks weren't going down. They went down, but they weren't going down bad, compared to everything else. There's a lot that can hurt apes, including like the team behind it, the decisions they're making. No, they don't do anything with punks. So it's like punks are just safe, air quotes with safe, because it's still you're buying a picture with your magic internet money. But yeah, apes are like buying, or punks are like buying fine art, whereas apes have to keep delivering everything perfectly to keep a sentiment. Punks are just for the culture. There you go. He perfectly said it.
Yeah. And it's like I think that's kind of the end of that convo, right? I think like a lot of people realize that. And then when you compare the pudgy conversation, I realize that we're just kind of like we're off topic a little bit, but like if you talk about pudgy, it's just like they're doing everything right when it comes to like building their IP on TikTok and on Instagram and with the toys and the whole like building in public thing. I mean, there's just so much there. And the other thing is that like Web 2 people are going to be a lot more willing to get behind pudgy penguins and not the apes because apes have a bad sentiment overall, but there's no poor sentiment about pudgy penguins and they're cute. Where if you were the thing is if you look at like like a pudgy penguin and if you look at a bored ape, I feel like people are going to naturally choose the penguin if they didn't have any other background or any other preconceived notion over what it is, just simply because the pudgy penguin is like more of a cartoon and like cute and the ape is just it doesn't have the same aesthetic. But anyway, we got off topic.
Yeah, let's get back onto it. This week we had the SOMO application. Only 24 hours. I like that. It's closed. They had 25,000 people or 25,000 applications to it. I'm assuming you applied. I applied. Uh, they're going to be looking at things like your socials, because you have to connect your Twitter, who you are, if you're active in the space, if you're actually a real person. They're also going to be looking at your wallet, as they did have a ton of collections like Apes, like Punks, like Pudgies, Pixelmon, all these collections, what you hold in your wallet. The supply is very small, 120 NFTs. It's their Genesis. I do think it's going to perform well. Do you think this is going to get fudded as like, oh, cabal only insider type of thing based on who gets chosen? Like, do you think it's going to be like the dingalings and all that who get chosen?
Probably. I don't know who's choosing or why, but it's 120 supply. SOMO has obviously been one of the projects that people have been looking forward to more than any other. I think that you could probably like attest to that. And so what I would say is, and I know we were talking about this, when this mints, I don't know what they're going to go to, but I'm buying these on secondary. Like, are you good? Are you there?
Yes, I wanted to mute myself because I'm sick, so I wanted to mute myself, but I accidentally clicked my camera.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna buy these like if they go to like 2 or 3 ETH, because I think this is one of these things that you have a Genesis that drops 120 supply. We know there's gonna be a token. We know that it's like AAA, like all that kind of stuff, and it's gonna be this is gonna be dropping before the mint for the other collection, like just the straight SOMO. And so I feel like leading up to it, this would probably get a nice pamp leading into it.
Yeah, I feel like they want to make it like their overworld keys or their MVP or whatever, and it's going to have a good floor. Especially, dude, 120 NFTs. If they're picking some of these, whales who are holding, who have a lot of conviction and stuff, who don't flip stuff, it's going to be very easy for the floor to go up. So I'm hoping they open up on secondary quite low, and a couple ETH or something, and then I'll be able to sweep like 5 or whatever it is, and just hold a bunch of these, because I do see this doing very well, especially with the whole narrative right now, with the whole PAL world and these types of projects doing well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of people that applied for this. Obviously, it says 25,000 applications. Like, I guess we don't know how many like are legit, because obviously I know that you could bot this, right? So yeah, look, I'm personally looking to grab one of these if possible on secondary, if not multiple, if people go out and they paper these hard. So
Well, I'm looking to get accepted. So if the team is listening, approve me or FUD video, guys. That's all it is.
yeah.
Somebody says Ash is back. Is this the first time you do Twitch in a while?
This is King Wolves. So King Wolves is like TikTok famous and Twitch.
Jeez.
He's like a huge streamer. We were friends from back in the day, and yeah, I don't stream much on Twitch, so what's up, Wolves? Yeah, I know. I just gave you like a nice little pat on the back there, but yeah, he's one of my old friends that came up really hard, and now he's crushing it. So yeah, no, I don't really obviously stream on Twitch much. I don't know if I'm actually gonna do this again, by the way. I feel like it might be better to just funnel it straight to the YouTube. But anyway, so Valhalla, the situation with Valhalla, I think a lot of people were talking about that. They got mad. Founder Alex Lin announced that they were dropping a keyboard that was limited supply that you had to purchase, and that is what he had been working on. And a lot of people were mad because
For a year.
Yeah, this is what he was working on for a year.
After raising $5 million.
After claiming that he was going to be building the Web3 Twitch, and then quickly found out that wasn't going to be possible, and Kick came in and had all this money and absolutely just kicked their ass. And I think one of the big things about this is that there have been some projects that have launched that have obviously not done the best, but I think it was a lot of like the shit talking from Alex, where like he was calling everyone poor before the mint, and he had like these strong opinions. There was like a tweet that I saw where he was talking about how, oh, like, projects should be doing stuff to keep the floor high. and it's just like nobody's heard from him or knows, like nobody knew what he was doing. And then he's like, oh, we made a keyboard, and it's like, cool, like you dropped something that nobody was asking for. And I believe it was Grail who came in, and he just absolutely, he ratioed the shit out of him. He cooked him. And dude, like I don't know why anybody would hold like Valhalla at this point. To me, it just shows like a complete lack of direction. I don't understand like what like he was thinking with this, like why he thought that this would be a good idea. But yeah, I just know that people were not happy about it at all.
They shouldn't have done anything. Like, I don't know why. Nobody was bothering them. Nobody cared about Valhalla, that the floor was down bad and everything. Nobody cared. If he just never spoke, never released this, like sell this as another I don't know. Don't say anything, and nobody would have cared. But the fact that he made noise is what hurt him. And he came out and did this. And dude, I was wondering. Let me I was wondering what this was for a while. Like they hadn't tweeted for the longest time, and then they start tweeting this kind of stuff like aerospace grade aluminum. Like I was like, dude, what is this thing? Like, why are they tweeting this kind of stuff? Like after so long of not tweeting, they tweet this, and it was obviously for the keyboard. So, but yeah, I mean, he deserves that. They made $5 million, and then this is what they come out with. Um, and he's talking about the whole FUD situation and all. But dude, this is the space. We chose to mint it. You could only be mad at yourself. Like at the end of the day, people think you're investing in something you're not. You're buying a product. That product is an NFT. It's not an investment. It's a product. So I did see Parallax, Patrick Dang. He posted on YouTube. He spoke about this, and he was comparing it to like how I guess esports teams, I forget what he said, but how they kind of release products or no, there was a company, and he's trying to be that company in Web3 releasing this kind of stuff, but they're just approaching it completely wrong, in my
Well,
opinion, doing this.
Well, yeah. So, like, obviously, there's a lot of companies in Web 2 gaming, and what they do is like they'll drop exclusive keyboards. There's Final Mouse. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but like Final Mouse, they released like these super limited and exclusive mice that claim to be like the the lightest on the market, and they hyped them like crazy. It was like it's the most like exclusive mouse, which at the time that market wasn't super diluted, and then a lot of people came in and said like, hey, we can do a little bit better. But it's like he was trying to do something like that and just didn't, he wasn't able to do it. And it's because like when Final Mouse came out, and I'm using them as an example, but like they were able to market directly to like the big streamers, like all the big streamers, they got Final Mice, and they were all using them. Like Tfue and Ninja literally had a collab with them. Like there was the Ninja Final Mouse that everybody wanted, and all the big streamers were using it. And then it's like Alex Lynn comes out here and he's like, "Here's a keyboard for all you guys," and it's just like, bro, what the fuck? Like nobody wanted like it's like creating, it's the perfect example of getting your product market fit like entirely wrong. Like you're marketing a project or a product to the exact wrong market.
Yeah, agreed, dude. Agreed. We got some comments. Gorilla lost money on Valhalla, I think. No, dude, I traded them. I bought and I flipped them. I made like 3 ETH off Valhalla just trading them.
Hey, Enos. What's up, dude?
I see a lot of people requesting projects. Like we won't pull them up. It's impossible, guys, for us to just like quickly look at a project and be like, yeah, this is alpha. Or what? I mean, we do that sometimes when something's upcoming, but when something's already launched, like we can't just look at it and be like, yeah, this is a buy or sell. I also get it. You guys want the projects to pop up on screen. But yeah, I don't think it's a good idea. We don't know if we don't know anything about the projects, right? We can't just pull up random stuff. Somebody asks here, CPE NFT. Can you talk more about the PlaySoMo game? Did you get a chance to play it? We have not, dude. I haven't even seen gameplay. I haven't even seen gameplay for it. So I can't, but I'm just bullish based on what they're doing, dude, and all the marketing that they're doing. I do know some of the people working on it, so I talked to them, but I haven't seen any gameplay yet or anything. Then his second comment that you had pulled up. Also, Valhalla stole some of the art traits from 1984. Oh, yeah, there was that whole beef. I don't think it matters. Dude, nobody cares. Nobody cares if they steal art. Nobody cares if you steal everything as long as the floor go up, right? People just want number go up. They don't
Yeah,
care.
it is funny when people try to act like they have like the morality matters like within this space, because we know time and time again. I mean, just look at what happened with, and I don't want to like spend too much time talking about this, but Polly launched a shit coin, and he made like 10 million plus dollars on it, and people are still trading coins because they just see that there's tons of volume. And that's the thing, like people don't care if something is a scam at all, as long as they can flip it. If they like, and I was actually going to tweet this, but like if somebody knows that something is a scam but they have whitelist for it and they believe that they can flip it for money, they're going to do it. So it's just funny like how people pretend to care, because there's no there's no accountability, and there's never going to be anybody that's going to like stop this stuff, unfortunately.
Oh, eventually it'll be regulated, but yeah, nobody cares, like you said. It's the Wild West, dude, and I love it. That's why we're here. We love that it's the Wild West. And remember the whole meta where people were like everybody would release like flipped apes and flipped Neo Tokyo, and it would do well for like an hour. People were paying a lot for the rare ones and just trying to flip them before the collection get pulled, and then it would happen again and again. Like that just shows you nobody cares.
Yeah.
Exactly. Even if it's a scam and I have whitelist and the floor price is 2x, yeah, you're gonna mint and you're gonna give the scammer money. You're like, hey, here's my piece of the 1 million you're raising because I'm about to go get, a 2x on my money. So
And you're going
it's
to
just
hand it
funny.
off to somebody else who's going to end up bag holding it.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to flip it as well, right? Maybe they make a 2x on it as well. So it's this game that we're playing, this hot potato game where, and I love the space. A lot of people get upset about that, dude. I love it. So Grail was fudding Valhalla. He also fudded Hollow Self or whatever, the
Momoguro.
Momoguro, because they announced that they have, and they blocked them now, so I don't think he can see any more of their tweets, or reply to their tweets. But we're excited to announce. Basically, they partnered with a studio and they're going to make a TV show for kids aged 8 to 12 because they had so much success. I didn't even know they did a Roblox game or like a world within Roblox. So they had 21 million visits and an 87% positive score. Wow. But yeah, basically he's flooding it, saying like, guys, you were a major rug. I wonder if they know that you did this. Again, all they care about is money. Same with us, right? Where we're all flippers and stuff. All we care about is money. People were hyped about these because they thought they were going to be profitable, and they're down bad. The studio, same thing. These projects, same thing. They made all this money from NFTs. Maybe they tried to do the game. They made promises, and they were like, "Yeah, this isn't going to work. It's not going to make us money." They did the Roblox thing, and you can make money by making a Roblox game. And now they're like, okay, how else do we make money? Okay, this studio, we're going to make a show, and then we're going to make money off this show. So that's what they're doing. Everybody's here to make money.
So I'm going full screen on this because I want to make this like super clear, but also quick. Is that I find it funny that within Web3, a lot of people believe that these projects should be providing value to holders. Like I just don't know. I think it's the Bored Ape Yacht Club ecosystem that really brought this on, because it's like they did the mutants, which had value, and then all these other things. And so it was like Bored Ape Yacht Club really did provide value to long-term holders. And so I feel like everybody in the back of their mind wants that. They're like, I want to like same thing with Meme Land. Like Meme Land did it as well, and they did a good job. And so what's funny with something like Momoguro is it's like they're a business and they are trying to make money. And what's funny is that like for them, they're saying like, well, we're going to do this because we want to make money. And it's like in Web 2, like if you go buy like anything, like if you go buy a computer or a drink, it's like you buy a product and you're like, okay, like I know what I'm getting. But here in Web 3, it's like you bought an NFT that they never offered you anything, yet everybody expects to get something out of it additionally. They're like, well, what's the team going to do to to what value are they going to provide to me? Like, I don't get why, what value I'm getting, where's my value? And it's like, dude, you bought a JPEG, like you bought a trading card. So it is tone deaf, I will say. It's definitely tone deaf when they come out and they are marketing, once again, same thing as Alex Lynn. They're marketing like a TV show or like any of this, random stuff that nobody asked for. but I think it's just like a misalignment between expectations of the people that are buying this stuff, because I feel like everybody that's in the NFT space, they buy an NFT and they're like, how am I going to get my value out of buying this NFT? I feel like that's the constant thing. What do you think about all that?
Yeah, no, I agree, dude. I agree. It's a product, just like at the end of the like Artifact. That's what I always say. Artifact, they're selling us stuff, and the the clone was the first product. Everybody think it's some investment or whatever, or you can count as a membership, but at the end of the day, it's a product. We're just buying products off these companies, and they're here to make money. Nobody is like this. Um, I don't know what word, but above it, and they're just here for the community. No, they're all here to make money. Whenever a project tells me we don't want flippers, like, dude, if that company was if you mint an NFT for you make $1 million, great. And then somebody comes and says, hey, I'll give you $50 million for your IP. Do you not think they're taking that deal? They're flipping the company. They're going to do the ultimate flip. So I just find it ironic that like we're not allowed to make money and they do. And then same thing here. Like you have to look at it like it's PvP even with some of these founders, We like to act like we're on the same team, but we have different incentives, different same thing with the royalties. Like hey, we can't make money if we don't have royalties. I've always found that ironic because royalties are extremely backwards when you think about it. Royalties are people exiting your community. You're making money off of people, and yes, somebody new enters, but it's somebody's leaving. Like, why did that person leave? Any other company would be like, wait, why are we losing customers? Whereas here it's like they want it. They want that volume because they want the royalties.
So would you say that Meme Land has been a profitable business?
In what? Well, like making royalties or what?
Just making money.
For sure. I mean, they sold NFTs for millions of dollars.
Right. So Meme Land has been a profitable business. They launched a token and their NFT is still holding value, and the holders made money. So it's like, that's an example currently, right? Because obviously like anything can happen, but like at this given moment, it's almost like the ecosystem where like you're like everybody, like Meme Land's making money, the holders are making money, they're going to get unlocks, like all of this stuff. It's just like it's working well together. And it's just like situations like Meme Land don't happen every day. And I think that's the issue, is that people are trying to like make it seem like certain teams are going to do that, but it's like you need a Meme Land type situation.
Yeah, dude, Meme Land crushed it. The team's experience shows with Ray coming from 9gag, but also he took the time to be in all these communities and buy NFTs. He doesn't flip NFTs, he just buys them, and he took the time to understand the culture. I think a lot of projects come in and hire Web3 advisors, which is great. You need that, but they do that because they don't understand Web3. Like the amount of teams that I have calls with, and I could tell right away what their understanding is, especially when they hit me with like, oh yeah, I've been in the space for like a year or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, what NFTs did you mint, or what are you holding? And they can't answer. They hit me with the most random project, and I'm like, okay, yeah, you have no idea what you're talking about, So big shout out to Ray and Char and the whole team. Like, it's not just them, but the whole team. They did a very good job with Meme Land, dude. I've held captains since mint. I still hold multiple captains. So yeah, they've absolutely crushed it. And it's going to be rare to see teams like this. Like, dude, the pre-sale that they gave to the community was like one of the greatest gifts I've ever seen. Like the multiplier on that is insane, and the valuation that they let people get in at was crazy. So it's still one of the best plays. I regret not sweeping a bunch just to get pre-sale. Just getting pre-sale was so worth it, dude. Dude. Losing my voice a little bit there. But yeah, back to the hollow self thing. This was the dumbest pump and dump, dude. Just because of that announcement, like people were buying in. And it's funny, like in the notes, I just wrote like, this is just going to be a pump and dump. I don't see why anybody would buy this. And they're already back down to where they were. So it's pretty funny. I don't know why you would be putting your money into this. Bro, you guys are so on point. I love this podcast. Hey, I appreciate you, Lovelace. Thank you. Let's keep going here. We got Pixelmon, a few announcements. They did a raise of $8 million. I could pull it up here. They got some big names on here. A bunch of people who invested, including Ray from 9gag, supporting other communities. We have a bunch of people, a bunch of different investments. We also a little shill for myself with Wizards Cap. Some of us did get in here. I did invest into Mon, just full disclosure. But they also launched their questing. They're going to have two things. They're going to have Pixel Pals, which is going to be a game that you can play. But right now, they have the Mon questing, where you can go on the website. I did tweet about this. You're going to want to use code CryptoGorilla YT, not code Ash Robin.
Hey.
Okay, not his code. You're going to want to use my code when you sign up for this. And you're going to get some extra points. But basically, you guys know the drill, right? You're going to be able to spin the wheel daily. Dude, I span it and I hit the jackpot today. I hit the 3K, which is the maximum on the wheel. You're going to want to spin the wheel. You're going to do social quests, so like their tweets and stuff like that. And when you refer friends, you are going to get some points. So very cool to see Pixelmon starting that. Here's the dashboard. I'll pull it up. Let's see how many points I have. And it's absolutely tripping. I don't know why it's tripping right now. And I have to reconnect. Okay. I will do that after. Anyways, they launched their questing. Very cool out of Pixelmon. Did we have anything else? If not, I wanted to talk about some action on the secondary market. If you want to talk about Jupiter, I didn't get the airdrop, so it's up to you if you want to talk about that. I know there was some FUD around it, but
I got the airdrop. So I got 1,200 tokens, and it was just on a random wallet, and I'm still holding it. I know that the FUD was like around the team selling, right? Wasn't that like the FUD?
Which to me makes absolutely no sense. Like, dude, they just handed out millions of dollars to everybody. They didn't have to. They just gave people millions of dollars. Everybody's super happy. I understand they sold a lot. I think I heard they sold like a 200. I don't know if it's a real number. Forgive me, but like 250 million or something like that. Like what they don't deserve to make a bag, but we all do. Like they're the ones who built this whole thing. Like, bro, sell, make your money. I don't care. As I understand if it crushed the floor to zero, that's gonna suck. But I don't mind them selling and making money. They deserve it, dude. They just gave a massive stimmy to Web3, and they gave a bunch of people like Easy made like 6 figures off of this thing. GG's to Easy. But yeah, so Ina is here saying he made 18K. Like, bro, huge dub for you, man. That's awesome. Why don't they deserve to make money too? We're so weird. It's like we want all the money when they did all the work. Like it's so strange.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen that time and time again. The thing is in Web3, nobody's allowed to sell except for flippers, essentially. Yeah. Founders can't sell, influencers can't sell, but the people that don't have a following and that aren't founders are allowed to sell.
Did you notice there's some volume on Kaiju Kings, dude? Shout out to the Kaiju Kings. I got my hoodie on right here. I also got this little thing on the back of my phone. But dude, these
repping this project.
Yeah, dude, this is an OG. I love Kaiju Kings, dude. There's rumors of an acquisition because Dots killed the tokens. I think, what was it called? R-Waste, and there was another one. So he killed the tokens, which would be a step into selling the project because nobody's going to want to. They're going to want to drop their own token. So I guess part of the steps would be that's the theory that he needs to kill the tokens. I have been hearing acquisition rumors for a while now. There was a pump. Maybe it was around here or before a little while back, same thing on rumors of an acquisition. So this is the second time in recent history that we see this little pump happen. So great to see them have volume. Now they're starting to go back down. If we go to what's the price of the Genesis right now? Because these things were like at 0.3 not too long ago. And yeah, they're all the way up to, they hit 1 ETH. They're coming back down. This is a pump and dump to me. I don't think we're going to hear an acquisition in the next couple days. So I do think these died down a little bit, but I like the idea of an acquisition. I've publicly said it multiple times. I do think they need a Luca at the helm. Okay, I love Dots, dude. He built an amazing company. He built an amazing brand, but I do think they need a Luca who's like hungry. He's going to go after it. He's going to do the whole IP play, a bunch of toys, whatever it is that they want to do. I personally would be buying these on a big dip. I'm going to wait for this to cool off. And then I do want to get back into Kaiju Kings. This is an OG project. I know a lot of Kings. I've made so many friends from there. So I do hope that this pans out and that they do end up being, making a huge comeback, pulling like a Pudgy Penguins or whatever. I'm not saying these are going to go to 20 ETH, but just doing a comeback, coming back and making noise and being like a legit, a solid project in the next bull run.
Yeah, I think you hit it all on the head. I don't have too much of an opinion on this. I really haven't followed this project. I really don't know too much about it. I know it's well respected. I know that there's like a lot of people that are into it, but yeah, I'm just not gonna speak on something that like I really have not been involved in.
Sure. Yeah. No, people just need to be careful. We recently saw there were we had the Subducks where it pumped on the acquisition rumors. Lazy Lions actually did get acquired, and that one went up. But there's been
I
like
didn't
even
even
like
hear about that.
yeah, it was
What?
Lazy Lions. Is that what they're? I don't follow it.
They got acquired and nobody even knows.
Well, the floor went up. Yeah, when was it? Was it that far back? Let's just go to the project because you're going to be able to see it. Lazy Lions. Yeah, here's the pump and dump on the news. So it was a couple days ago. I saw a tweet. Maybe I'm tripping because it's not there right now, but I had seen the tweet.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear about that either. So,
well, here it's got to be this one. As you know, it's a
Under
new
new
team.
owners.
You've seen the new team transition. But anyways, Chimpers is this not acquired. No rumors of being acquired, but this is a project lately. I know there was a whale that came in and did some manipulation on the floor, and then it recently pumped. They're doing a lot. They have a dojo game that starts today that I'm going to be playing. It has a ton of like Chars in it. There's a ton of notable Web3 people that are in it representing their community. Dude, I've held this project since Mint. I'm a big fan of Chimpers. I love what they do.
Bro, you're holding this since Mint?
Yeah, and I
Holy
could have flipped for
fuck.
like 5 ETH or whatever, but dude,
Dude, you're
I vibe with
diamond-handed
them
as fuck. You hold
and I
so
vibe
much
with the team,
stuff.
dude. Dude, I talk to the team all the time. Yeah, no, I love Chimpers. So they actually build, dude. They legit build so much. Let's pull up
They do.
Chimpers, but
They do.
they're always
TikTok,
delivering on stuff.
their TikTok, their Instagram, they have first of all, amazing art, right? The IP play they're taking, they're doing a really good job with it. They're integrating gaming, and they just don't get the love.
I'm trying to find, here it is. Boom. So yeah, they have Char and they have a few other characters that they announced who are like notable people representing their own project. So definitely going to be playing this. I think it lasts for 2 weeks. It's like their dojo game. So I'll be playing that. I think you could play it daily as well. I was messaging Insight before to get more info about this. And then, yeah, so you just got to be careful because there's always like these whales who come in and manipulate a floor. And then there's rumors of whatever is happening and people come in and buy the top. So just got to be careful. But I am looking, if there's a nice dip on Kaijus, I'd probably get in because I keep hearing these acquisition rumors. So last but not least, I hate that I follow Hustle, by the way. I hate that Twitter always does this. If I hover him, oh, what the hell? There you go. Okay, boom, it fixed. Good. Yeah, did you see this, Andrew? Or you saw it obviously because you spoke about it. I looked through his Twitter though. I feel like he deleted it because I couldn't find it. But he's saying here, hey, if I launched a coin, I feel this is just a marketing play. I feel like he has no intentions. Yeah. If I launched a coin and backed it with $100 million and promised to never sell, then I'll let. And they plugs Hustler University or whatever it's called. Obviously, he wants people to go buy his university membership in case there's this opportunity. So he's just baiting people in. They get in early at a discount. And then I noticed that he retweeted this saying, I do not endorse Ish Coins. I'm not a scammer. I don't have anything to do with any crypto. So I feel like this was just bait, like a marketing ploy to get some people to sign up. I don't know how many signups it attracted, but it probably did attract quite a few Web3 degens to go buy like a month, or I don't know what the membership is for this.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that he would launch a coin personally. I don't know this guy, so obviously like impossible for me to know what he's gonna do. But yeah, I think it was a stunt. And I feel like if he came out tomorrow and he was like, I'm just kidding. You guys are geeks. You guys wanted this coin. Blah, I'll never launch. Blah, 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 blah. Like, it was great marketing for, and I guarantee you that he had a ton of people sign up for his group. Because like, I mean, imagine it. People will buy NFTs thinking, you know, for the next, it's kind of like we were talking with Meme Land. Like you buy a captain so you can get pre-sale for something else. Like, dude, I'm sure people paid $50 or whatever his group is because they think that he's going to drop a token. I'm sure they did.
Yep.
But if he did drop a token, it would moon so hard.
And then there would be a bunch of derivatives on different chains. If he drops like the top G token, there's going to be a Solana one and a Say one and a, you know, whatever, an Ordinals or a BRC20. Yeah, it would spark a little meta.
Dude, if he launched a token, do you think, let me rephrase that. Which celebrity do you think if they launched a token that it would moon the hardest? Would it be him? Trump?
Oh my god, dude! Trump would full send, dude. Trump would full send. I guess somebody like Taylor Swift or something.
Yeah, but like, what do you think would be like the top one? Like, who is the number one?
Elon Musk.
Oh yeah, Elon for sure, yeah. Dude. If Elon, yeah, I think that is it. Yeah, if Elon launched the token, that would have to be like the craziest token of all time. It would fucking moon.
Yeah, there's like the top names: Trump, Musk. A lot of tokens would do well. Obviously, any celebrity, but like even like Joe Rogan launching a token would do well. You know, not as well as Musk, but it would do really well.
Bro, imagine. I mean, he wouldn't, but like, could you? No. Or Vitalik, dude. Imagine if like Vitalik did one.
You mean like ETH? No, but like a shitcoin. Yeah.
No, I'm saying like, what if Vitalik was like, I'm launching a token on ETH? Like,
that would be bearish for ETH in my opinion. But somebody here saying Dogecoin is Elon. I don't know about that, but
it was not anymore. He abandoned it. He stopped endorsing crypto really hard.
But yeah, and anybody who fits in the whole internet culture, like any celebrity that plays into our culture or that's like always memed or you always see them in, you know, on all the posts, any of those, like if there was a token attached to them, both people who are trending in the moment and people who are like, you know, Elon's always going to be, he's not like a temporary trend, right? He's always relevant. Mm-hmm. Same thing for Trump, same thing for, you know, Obama, whoever.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just interesting to think about because like, I would probably buy a shit ton of the Andrew Tate token if he launched one, but I don't know if it'll happen. Any closing thoughts? I know we went over a lot today.
I mean, even there was that Drake the Anita McSween, that one. That one absolutely mooned as well.
Moon. Yeah, it did. Yeah. And people are still pushing that like crazy.
Yeah. Somebody here says Snoop Dogg. Yeah, Snoop Dogg and the Doggies. The Rock.
Yeah, I don't know if he has like.
It would do well, but it wouldn't be the same as somebody like Tate or Elon.
Yeah, I don't think Rock is as integrated into internet culture. Like he's obviously like super famous, but like he's not like he's not like an internet celebrity, you know? No, Soulja Boy would not, dude. Soulja Boy, that would suck.
No, it would still do. It would be like a pump. That would be an easy pump and dump, you know. Not.
It would be quick. It would be.
But the ticker for Rock is good. And any like for like Elon or Musk or Rock or Trump, like these short names do really well.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, it probably would do well.
But yeah, I think that's all. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. And yeah, well, every single Friday, same place, same time. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I had a pleasure hosting this with you, Ash. We're going to cut the show here. Peace.
See you guys.